Hello to all the wonderful humans. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and welcome. I am Aboli and I make science-based skincare and hair care videos. If you are interested in that space, then consider subscribing to my channel. The reason why I am this desktop is because I'm starting my Navratri series. From today, I'm going to be posting one video every day from 7th to 15th, and today's color is yellow, as you guys can see, and today's topic for the video is cheapest skincare from Nykaa. So I went to Nykaa and I put on the filter low to high for all categories, from cleansers to sunscreens to moisturizers to serums, and I have all of them. I have tried them and I have my review. So let's start. The cheapest makeup remover is micellar water. This one is their cleansing micellar water and not the oil and water one. This one costs 175 for 125 ml, so that is 0.7 ml per rupee. I'll say it's very affordable. Now, does it remove makeup? Yes, it does. Is it gentle? I won't say that it's gentle. It's definitely cleansing, but I feel that this can be a little too harsh when you remove your makeup. Instead, I like the Bioderma one a little better, but the Bioderma one is mediumly priced. It's not very cheap or affordable, but this one is for beginners who do not wear a lot of makeup, a lot of waterproof makeup. Yeah, you can go for this. Many people ask me what they can use to remove the sunscreen, and micellar waters are great. Like, you can use this to remove your sunscreen if you need it, if your sunscreen is like waterproof. But remember not to use cotton with this, because we just need to stop using cotton for our cosmetic purposes. It's not good for the environment. So what you can do is either use a microfiber cloth or those reusable makeup removers where you can just cleanse it off, and that will be great. So I will be saying yes or no, that's it about one product, and I would say yes for this one because it does the job of removing the makeup. Let's talk about the cheapest cleanser, and that is the Eba Aloe Cleanser. This is a face cleanser and also a makeup remover according to them. Now, does this remove makeup? Absolutely not. Is it a good cleanser? I'd say it's an okay cleanser. A little too harsh, I feel. It's gel based, but it's a little harsh according to me. You can see the texture. It is a gel based cleanser and it foams up a lot. So you guys get an idea that this is like the old school cleansers. It's not gentle. Now, it has gentle surfactants in it. That's what makes it weird. But even though it has those gentle surfactants, it is a little harsh. So is it a yes or a no? I'll say a no, because it does not do what it claims, that removes makeup, and it's also a little harsh. Now let's talk about a product that was beloved, but because people are getting a lot of knowledge and making themselves aware about skincare, this product is losing its popularity, and that is the Dabur Gulab Rose Water. Now, we all know this is not rose water. When someone says rose water, you expect it to be distilled from rose petals and to have purity, but this does not have. It's just water with fragrance and rose oil. So this is basically fragranced rose water. This is very affordable. Obviously, if you take some water and add a few drops of rose oil, it is going to be affordable. This costs 28 rupees for 58 ml. Obviously, it's very affordable or cheap. According to me, shouldn't invest your money in this. I know it's just 28 rupees, but it's still your money which you can invest in something else which can be as affordable as this one. I'll come to other products, and there are good products in this category also. Okay, so let's come to this one, and is it a yes or a no? And a definite no. Like, who wants to use fragranced water on their skin? No use at all. Now the next category is serums. Now I wanted to pick serums that I would use and I would recommend for you guys. So I did skip a few serums in the low price category because I knew that I was not going to like it, and I wanted to try these serums with an unbiased mind. So I went with serums on which I would have like neutral opinions, or I would like it. Okay, so the first serum that I tried was from the Mom's Co. It is a natural Vita Rich serum. This repairs and replenishes. Now this costs 249 for 8 ml. Not very affordable considering you just getting 8 ml, but when you use the product, it's a quite thick product. Now I used a lot of it. You can see it's over, almost over. When you use it, you can see that it's quite viscous in nature, so it's almost like a thin moisturizer rather than a serum. So yeah, this is the texture of the product. Now according to them, this has vitamin C, vitamin B3, vitamin B5, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, all the good stuff, right? Now according to them, it also repairs and replenishes. Does it do anything? Have you guys guessed? Your answer is right. It does not do anything at all. I mean, I've almost finished the whole 8 ml bottle and it did nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't know how much concentration of vitamin C this product has, but it is not a higher concentration that it would help you to repair or replenish anything at all. If you want a serum to lightly moisturize your skin with fragrance, then you can definitely take a look at this. But as for a serum with actives, no, it does not do anything for me. But I'll say that I didn't break out with this serum. I didn't get any reactions with this serum. So I'd say it didn't give me anything negative, but I didn't even see any positive changes with this serum. So is it a yes or a no? I'm going to go with no, because it did not give what it claimed on the bottle. Let's move on to the next serum. Now the next serum, I went with my favorite ingredient, and that is niacinamide, and I searched for very affordable niacinamide serums on Nykaa, and this is what I found. It is from the brand Regisure. It is a 10% niacinamide plus 1% zinc facial serum. It costs $285 for 30 ml. Very affordable, considering that you are getting 10% niacinamide. Now you have been on my channel, you guys know I love niacinamide. I've used so many 10% niacinamide serums, and I know what to expect from a 10% niacinamide serum, okay? So I had a certain expectations with this serum. Like, if not like high expectations like prevention of acne and stuff, but a few things like it would at least soothe my skin, reduce inflammation, maybe help with my sebum production. So I went in with those expectations. However, I couldn't even reach at the point where I could use this serum on my face, because this serum failed my patch testing. So I went on and started putting it on the arm, and then I put it there. What I noticed with this product was that I started itching only in the areas where I put this serum, and I put it on my neck, and the next day I could see that there are scratch marks over here, and after that I was pretty convinced that it was because of the Regisure, and there's something in this product that does not work for my skin. Now you guys know I do not get skin reactions a lot on my skin. It's not sensitive. It goes well with high percentages of actives as well. So I was a little shocked, but what I realized is that it has a lot of fragrance, and you guys know that I give fragrance a little bit of a free pass. If the product works for me, I tell you guys that yes, it has fragrance, but these are the things that you can expect from the product. These are the benefits that I got, etc. But this has fragrance, and when you smell it, it smells like perfume. Like, you cannot tell that this is a skincare product. If you apply it on your underarms or something, it will feel like you are using a perfume. It has those notes, like those top notes, base notes, all of them are of perfume, like cologne perfume. It's not a skincare product. This is the texture of the product. I'm not going to show it to you on my hand because I don't want to itch, but it has a very light texture. It's not heavy at all. It also gets absorbed in your skin pretty quickly, but can't do anything if the product fails patch testing, really. So is it a yes or a no? Obviously it's a no. With a heavy heart. For niacinamide, I'm saying no. Okay, let's talk about the Joy sunscreen now. Many of you all wanted me to use this sunscreen and give you my review because it is very affordable. It costs $149 for 60 ml. So that's really good for SPF 40 and PA+++ protection. So I was like, yops, we are going to do this. We are going to use this sunscreen, and because it's so affordable, if it doesn't suit your face, you can always use it on your body. So let's see the texture before anything else. Very white, like so many other sunscreens. You see, it's like a lotion. Now they also mention that it's a lotion on the packaging, which I'm very appreciative of, because many sunscreen brands just write random things on their packaging, like it's a cream, gel, lotion, and it's something else. So I'm really happy that they have written lotion and we get lotion. Now, does it leave a white cast? Yes, it does leave a white cast, like a little bit of white cast. Is it thick? Yes, it is a little thick. If you guys have used the Jovi sunscreen, the texture is quite similar. It does leave your skin a little greasy. And now that we have so many sunscreens with us which does not leave my oily skin like an oil tank, I am a little judgmental when it comes to textures now, because I'm like, okay, you can get better textures, so why should I use this, you know? But it's really affordable, and it has SPF 40, and you are getting SPF 40 in 149 rupees. So if you have dry skin, this will definitely work for you. For extremely oily skin types, again, you cannot use it outdoors. You just can't. Can use it indoors. Now I have been using this indoors, but again, even for indoors, it is a little greasy and very bad when you have to reapply, because it can get very greasy. You get your skin, at least my skin, gets oily very quickly with this sunscreen, and this is how it looks. It does take a little time to get absorbed, but if you work it in and if you give it like a few minutes, it's okay. And it also has fragrance in it, but the fragrance is not very annoying. As you can see here, does not leave your skin very greasy in the beginning. Like you can see, the finish is great, but my skin gets oily very quickly. It has 3 chemical filters and it has titanium dioxide also. Not a lot of protection and not a lot of chemical filters, but it just costs 149. Will I repurchase this for my face? Absolutely not, because I have other options for my oily skin type. So I'll say it's somewhere in the middle. I'll say considering the cost of the product, I'll give it a tick, but I won't be repurchasing this because it does not suit my skin type. Now let's talk about the next product, and that is a facial oil. Now this is this hemp seed oil from Nature's Tattva. It costs 234 for 15 ml. Again, very affordable, but considering the quantity that you're getting, it's okay. So if you're getting 100% hemp seed oil without any adulteration, then I'll say 234 15 ml is great, because you don't need a lot of facial oils when you are using it, right? Now let's look at the texture of the oil. You see, this is how it looks. It has a little bit of like an olive green tint to it. However, it does not show on your face at all. Now you can see it is like a dry oil. It gets nicely absorbed, and it's quite quick. Leaves your skin with a nice glow. Great for oily acne prone skin also. I did not break out with this product. It works great. The only problem that I have with this product is the smell. Now I do not blame the brand, because it's hemp seed. It's supposed to smell like hemp seed, right? But for me, I cannot tolerate the smell of the seed. Now if you guys have eaten flax seeds, it smells exactly like flax seeds, and I don't like that smell. If you don't mind the seed like smell, this is not a fragrance, it's like the original smell of the hemp seed. So if you don't mind the seed like smell, then I'd say it's a great oil. You see how quickly it gets absorbed. It's like the dry oil. You do not need a lot. 1 drop is enough for your whole face, and it does moisturize your skin. Like it keeps your skin moisturized, and it works great. So in all, I would give it a tick, but for me it's a little difficult to use it because of the smell. Now let's talk about my favorite product out of all of the products that I've shown you and I'm going to show. This is the Wadi lip balm. It's the strawberry flavored lip balm. It costs 52 for 6 grams. I'll say very affordable. I've used quite a lot of it, and wow, it works to moisturize your lips. It also works, you know, on those flaky lips. Sometimes, you know, we drink less water and we get those flaky lips. It works on that. It's perfect. And I love this. Now, my lips are quite finicky about lip balms. I didn't know that, but they are quite finicky about lip balms. Many lip balms actually make my lip more dry. I don't know how that happens, but it does happen. So I'm really skeptical about using new lip balms, but this one is great. It's so silky, it's smooth. Your lip just gets moisturized instantly. And one of the subscribers actually gave this as a suggestion. Thank you so much, because this is going to be something that I am going to keep repurchasing. Thank you for this, a big tick. Now I'm going to talk about two moisturizers. One is for oily skin and one is for dry skin. Now the oily skin moisturizer is so affordable. It just costs 141 rupees for 150 ml, and that is a lot of product. And I'm talking about the Joy Hydra Fresh moisturizer. Actually, it's like a gel, so it's like the Pond's Super Light Gel. Yeah, so it is the dupe of the dupe. It's a zero oil moisturizer, and I have oily skin. I love gel based moisturizers, so I was like, yeah, bring it on. This is how the moisturizer looks, and I've used this a couple of times. First and foremost thing that you notice is the fragrance. It's quite strong. If they could just work on the fragrance a little, it would be great. This is how it looks. You can see it is very light, but if you use the Pond's Super Light Gel, I'd say this is a little more thicker than the Pond's Super Light Gel. Like, it has more hydrators in this, and it has more body in the gel than the Pond's Super Light Gel. So I'd say it's better than the Pond's Super Light Gel, because it does give you hydration and a little bit of moisturization also for oily skin type. Whenever I use it in the morning, like just as a moisturizer, it does not control my oil production. It has a lot of silicone, so you get the feel that your face is nicely moisturized, but you do not get a lot of nourishment. That can be one thing that is a little problematic with this product. Does not limit your oil production at all. So if you look at it as a moisturizer, it's a okay moisturizer for oily combination skin types. The problem that I have with this product is that it has color, and it also has perfume, which is something that I don't want in my skincare, and they are quite high in the ingredient list also, so I'm going to say no. Now the next product is the Nivea Soft Gel. Now it's written that it's a light moisturizing cream for face, body and hands. However, it's not light. It has the texture of a moisturizer that is suitable for say dry skin types. Dry to normal combination skin types, combination leaning towards dry. Now this is the texture of the product. See? It is like a moisturizer. It is the kind of moisturizing cream that gets absorbed very quickly, and I really like this for dry skin types. It has fragrance, but it is not very overpowering, and it just costs 45 rupees for 25 ml. Again, very affordable, and this one, as you can see, you do not need a lot of product, and I'll say that is a good deal. This is it for today's video. For tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk about overuse and misuse of actives in our skincare routines, and it's going to be Green Day tomorrow, so don't forget to meet me tomorrow. And that's it. Until next time, bye. See you.